Hey BookTube, this is episode 3 of Love Me or Leave Me. I'm Jen and I talk about audiobooks, but today we're doing episode 3 of Love Me or Leave Me, which is a series and it's an combination unhaul and bookshelf tour that was started by Lisa at Books and Smiles, and I shamelessly stole. So I think it's a really good way to weed through your stuff. So I am going to do these 3 sections of this bookcase today. This is basically one long shelf. So here we go. Okay, starting with Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. You know, I read this and I love that it's in a format that is interesting, and I think it's one of those books that high school kids should read because of the subject matter. She tends to write that kind of thing, but I don't need this book. I read it and it was good, but I don't need it anymore. So that needs to go. Avalon and Polaris. These are by Mindy Arnett. And I want to read these. Unfortunately, they are not available on audio. Why is that? Because I hear that this is a highly underrated series. It's like The Fast and the Furious in space. It is YA, and I think it's really well done, and a lot of people really like it. I hear really good things about it. So why haven't I read these yet? Because they're not on audio, but I'm keeping them. Okay. Next up, I have the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Unfortunately, I'm missing one of the books. These are bind-ups. This is the first and second book. I'm missing the third and fourth, and then this is the fifth and a novella. Okay, well, I really like these books, actually. I think they're really kind of cool, the way that they are done. I like that they're bind-ups. I'm reading actually the second book right now. I'm rereading the series because I never read it all the way through. I think I was ready to read book 5 and then I never read it. And also there's a novella in this one, like point 5. So I'm gonna hang on to these until I get a hold of that second book. I keep looking for it on Book Outlet, and these 2 are always available, but never that second one. I probably should just go on Amazon and order it. But the books are Obsidian and Onyx, and then in the second bind up, I think it's Opal and some other kind of gemstone, I think. And then this is Opposition, and then the novella is called Shadows. So I'm going to hang on to these. The Islands at the End of the World by Austin Aslin is a YA post-apocalyptic tale set in Hawaii, which was why I wanted to read it. It's fairly well done. It's a good survival story about a girl and her dad who travel to an island. They live on Maui, and they have to go to, I think, Honolulu on Oahu. And then the world falls apart and they have to get back. And the second book gets a little sci-fi-ish. And I didn't care for it nearly as much, but this one I really liked. So I think I'm going to hang on to this. Once again, a series that I don't have all the books. This is the Everneath series, and I have Everneath in paperback, really pretty cover. And then I have Everbound, which is in hardback. And I think that the last book is I never remember the names of these books. Ever something, I don't know, like Forever Ever, I don't know. Anyway, this is a book, it's a series about Hades and Persephone, pretty much. It's a great take on it, and I really liked the way it was done. It's narrated by Amy Rubinate, and I didn't care for the narration, but I didn't try it sped up. So yeah, reserving judgment on that one until I read something or I listen to something that's narrated by Amy Rubinate that I think I like. So the series was good. I liked it. I liked the idea. I loved the romance, but as it progressed, I didn't love it. The first book is the best one, but yeah, I think these can go somewhere else. Last one in this little square is Oryx and Crake by Margaret Atwood. This is really highly rated. It is I think it's dystopian or post-apocalyptic or something, sci-fi, I don't know, something like that. But you know, I didn't love The Handmaid's Tale. I liked the movie, but she's an author that I thought I was gonna like, and I don't think I do. I think she's a little too adult literary fiction-ish for me. I don't know. I have no attention span for that kind of thing. I hear this is really good, but I've tried to listen to it, and I don't think it's for me, so it's gonna go somewhere else. Bye. And then second area, I have The Robber Bride by Margaret Atwood. Once again, yeah, I just explained all that. Bye-bye. Shipbreaker, this is by Paolo Bacigalupi. I think I said that right. You know what? I've got it back. Bacigalupi. And this is book one in his series, and it is post-apocalyptic, and the second book is called The Drowned Cities. It looks good, and I think I can find it on audio. So I'm not sure what to do about this one. It has won some awards, the National Book Award finalist, and then it's got this, I forget what this award is, but it's got that one too. I don't know. You know what? I think I'll hang on to it for right now, just in case I don't like the audio and I want to read the print, even though I probably could get the ebook, but well, let's hang on to it. Of Poseidon, this is by Anna Banks, and it is part of the Sirena series by her, which is mermaids. And I can't remember if this is the first book. Yeah, I think this is the first book in this series. It was okay. It's YA. It's pretty standard angsty YA high school people, you know. Cute first, our main character though. First, I don't know what I'm talking about. Eye on Orion by Lauren Bastian is a sci-fi book about aliens, like the Alien Next Door. It's not very big. And I got it at Utopia one year. It says 9 billion light years couldn't keep them apart. Aww. I'm pretty sure he's like a king or a prince of some alien civilization, and it was cute, but it wasn't fabulous, so it doesn't need to live on my shelves anymore. Someone else needs to enjoy that. H2O by Virginia Bergen is an ARC that I found at BookCon a couple of years ago in Chicago. And actually, I didn't pick this up. Karen, my good friend Karen, picked this up and brought it back. I'd been standing in line, she was somewhere else. Anyway, she brought it back, and it's about rain that is acid. And this is kind of a cool thing on the cover. If I can get a page turned. See? It's almost like water dripped on it and burned holes in it. This actually looks pretty good. It's post-apocalyptic, and I don't know how it's rated, but there's this one, and then there's a sequel, and I hear that the sequel was not great, but I think this is worth a read. Once again, don't know how the audio is going to be, or even if there is audio, and if there's not, I'll be glad to have the print book, so I'm going to hang on to this one. Exodus by Julie Bertagna. This I've never read. And it's $20.99. Earth's ice caps are melting. Can refuge be found? Okay, YA, post-apocalyptic. I love this stuff, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it says, as the waters rise, the old world is lost, but a new world waits to be found. I think I'm going to hang on to this. Yeah, whatever. Anti-Goddess and Mortal Gods by Kendar Blake. I think I'm going to pass on these. I do have them on audio, or I have Anti-Goddess on audio. And I know I can get the rest of the series at the library, so on audio. I did not love Anna Dressed in Blood, which was also by Kendar Blake. And this is different. This is mythology, but I'm not big on mythology anyway, so I think I'm going to pass on these two. These are nice copies, but yeah, they're part of the Goddess War series. So yeah, I may be sad that I did that, but yeah, maybe not. The Raft by S.A. Bodine. This was a book that I looked at on Book Outlet for a long time, and it's not very long. It is YA, and it's about a girl who lives on Midway Island with her parents, and she's visiting her aunt in Honolulu. And her aunt gets called to the mainland, and so she has to fly home, and on the way her plane crashes. And so she gets washed up on an island and has to survive. She's on a raft for a good part of the story. And so it's a YA survival story. And it's got a pretty predictable twist, but it's still well done. And I liked it, but I don't need to keep it. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It's probably a 3.5-star book. I have 2 copies of My Name is Memory by Anne Brashares. I have never read this, and I meant to. I think I found this one first, and then when I found the hardback copy, I thought, oh, I'd rather have that. So I don't know anything about this book. I don't see the point in keeping it. She wrote The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Obviously, if I keep one, it's gonna be this one, because I don't need 2 copies, obviously, and I'm always a hardback person. This, it just says, sometimes love lasts more than a lifetime. So I don't know. I think I'll give this a try. If you've read this, let me know. I'll give this a try and keep it. I think it's on audio. Yeah. If I don't like it, then I'll get rid of it. But yeah, until then. Please, Mr. Einstein is by Jean-Claude Carrière. This was, I found it at Big Lots for $3. And yeah, it's no, why do I have this book? This says, this surprising, delightful novel takes the form of a conversation. So, you know what? I love Einstein, which is probably why I picked this up, but yeah, this just doesn't appeal to me. I don't know why. It's Einstein, but I don't know why it doesn't appeal to me. A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray. I have never read Libba Bray, nor do I have any desire to read Libba Bray. I don't know. I know she's a good author. I don't know what it is that is in my brain that goes, nah, you probably wouldn't like Libba Bray. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to pass, because I know if I wanted to try her, I could listen to it on audio, or I could find the ebook. I don't think that needs to take up space on my shelf. In a World Just Right is by Jen Brooks. I loved this book. I found this at Book Outlet for very little, and it was one of those underrated books. I really liked it. It's about a boy who can dream things into existence, and it turns into kind of a sci-fi novel. So I liked it. World War Z by Max Brooks is a book I tried to listen to on audio, and it was just too much. It was too violent for me, and so I thought I would enjoy the book more, and no. I think watching the movie was plenty for me, so this just no. Bye-bye. The Lovebird by Natalie Brown. I remember when I hauled this, I said this is the only reason I bought this book was for the cover, and that's true. I love the cover on this book. I'm never going to read this book. I liked the way it looked on my shelf too, but you know what? That's a bad reason to keep a book, to be honest. I mean, and I say that, I have a degree in interior design and I still say that. Nah, I'm not gonna read that book, so I don't think I need to keep that one. A Stranger Like You by Elizabeth Brundage, I think was a book that was sent to me by a friend, and I think that it's a thriller, if I am not mistaken. It says the author of The Doctor's Wife, and it's not very big. Greed leads to destruction, lust leads to obsession, love leads to happiness, deception leads to chaos, compassion leads to resolution, knowledge leads to prosperity, indulgence leads to decadence, decadence leads to ruin. All of this is written on the back. Yeah, no. I don't think, whoops. This whole stack is going to fall over because it's too tall. Okay. Octavia Butler, Fledgling. No. This was a lot of books I think I buy because I think I should like them. She is a sci-fi author. But, her books seem too weird to me. They just seem too weird. So I got this, I don't know, probably at Goodwill, and it seemed like a good idea at the time. But again, it's one of those books that I think, oh, everybody likes that, so I think I should. All the while knowing I probably won't, whatever. So yeah, no. Trying not to do that anymore. Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum was wonderful. I loved it. It's a YA novel, YA romance, you know, contemporary, so it was cute. Love and Other Perishable Items is a book I found at Ollie's, I think. It's a YA contemporary. How many of these do I need to own? Really? I'm not even getting what Chris, I'm not even sure what getting Chris would involve. All I know is I want him. Okay, Teenage Angst. Probably good. Probably great if you're in high school. No, I don't think so. The Pig Goes to Hog Heaven. Okay, I got this for my husband one year. I saw it at Goodwill, and it has a bookmark in it. And I thought he would love this because we have a sign in our house that I made. I was crafting, you know, a billion years ago when we very first got married, and I hung it in our house for a long time, and now it's just put away. But it said Hog Heaven because he says that all the time. Oh man, I was in Hog Heaven. Okay, yeah, that's the only reason I bought it. It's a book about Ireland, and he's never going to read it, and neither am I. It's by Joseph Caldwell. Yeah, it's probably good. I think it's part of a series. Looks pretty, but no, never going to get read. Treason by Orson Scott Card is a book that my daughter told me I would love. She doesn't like romance, and I do. She said there was romance in it. There is a little bit, like tiny bit. I tried listening to it on audio, and I just got bored. I get bored with Orson Scott Card. I don't know why that is. I no idea why that is, but it's a mass market paperback. I don't care. It's going. And last one is Dark Eden. This is by Patrick Carman. I have this on audio, and Dan Bittner narrates it, and I think that's why I picked up the hardcover. This is the first in a series about some kids that get sent to some kind of like a place so that they can conquer their fear. It's like a laboratory where they have to face their fear in order to conquer it. And I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not, but I think it's enough that I'm gonna listen to it on audio, so yeah, that needs to go. Man, look at this. I've cleared out, I mean, 2 whole things, really. I think these would all fit in here. Go me. Obviously, if you loved any of those books and think I should keep them, let me know. If you think I should get rid of any of these, you can let me know that too, especially if you've read them and, you know, whatever you think. I love talking to you in comments. And so that's it for episode 2 of Love Me or Leave Me. I'll be back with more episodes as I go to clear these out. So I will see you then. And thanks for watching.